Hey everybody, I am Kestrel Bishop. I work with Mindful Essentials, and I just wanted to do an intro to essential oils class today. Give you guys some ideas of what essential oils are, how you can use them, and where you can get them, and what to look for as you are starting your essential oils journey. So let's see, I'll just give you a little background on my essential oils journey. I completely refused to go to my first class that I was invited to. I had horrible experiences with essential oils before that. I had a really big reaction to lavender and eucalyptus and thought that there was no way I could ever use essential oils. My friend kept using them. She was having amazing, incredible results with them. And so I got more and more curious about them and discovered that the essential oils that I had been using or that I'd been exposed to, because I never used them, were just really poor quality essential oils, which is not uncommon in the essential oils industry to have a huge range of quality. So anyway, I found some really high quality essential oils. I now use them every day. I find myself saying day after day after day, how did I ever live without my essential oils? I love them so much. So I just wanted to give you guys some ideas of what essential oils are, how they can be used, and what to look for. So hold tight while I look for my little PowerPoint presentation. It'll give you some graphics to look at as you listen to me. All right. Let's see here. Just looking for the presentation. Here it is. And now for how to screen share that. Okay. So essential oils, what are they? What do they do? Why do I need them? And how do I find the highest quality essential oils out there? So essential oils are, if you have ever experienced the scent of a rose or an evergreen or peppermint, you've experienced an essential oil. They are naturally occurring volatile aromatic compounds that are found in the seeds, barks, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. They can be both beautifully and powerfully fragrant, sometimes not so beautifully fragrant. Sometimes people can have aversions to the essential oils. And we'll get into that a little bit later on, what to do if you do have an aversion. Not only do essential oils give plants their distinctive smells, they also serve to protect the plant, and they play a role in the plant pollination. In addition to their intrinsic benefits to plants, essential oils have long been used for food preparation, beauty treatment, and healthcare practices for humans as well. When you first open a bottle of essential oil, you instantly notice that the aroma is potent, and you can typically smell it even from a distance. The physical and chemical properties of the volatile aromatic compounds that compose essential oils allow them to quickly move through the air and directly interact with the olfactory sensories in the nose. And in fact, they can go directly from the nose into your bloodstream. We can use these compounds from plants to help maintain a healthy mind and body, as well as other applications. I'm not kidding you when I tell you that I use them every day for everything, including cleaning my house, treating minor incidents with my kiddos. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Any sort of, if I'm needing stomach support or head tension support, I use my oils. The types of aromatic compounds present in an essential oil determines both the oil's aroma and the benefits it offers. There are over 3,000 varieties of compounds that have been identified to date. The nature of an essential oil varies from plant to plant, within botanical families, and from species to species. The delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in any given essential oil are what make it unique and give it specific benefits. Not every plant produces an essential oil. Lilacs, for example, which produce a really heavy, beautiful scent, do not have any essential oils in them. Peppermint, on the other hand, has a lot of essential oil. So it is what is in the plant to protect it from pests, from bugs, from everything that is around them. The plants, pure essential oils can be affected by the composition, depending on the time of day, the season, the geographic location, the method and duration of distillation, the year that they were grown, the weather, and it makes every step of the production process a critical determinant of the overall quality of the essential oil product. So essential oils can be used for a wide range of emotional and physical wellness applications. They can be used as single essential oils or in complex essential oil blends, depending on user experience and desired benefit. They can be layered for different benefits. If you find one essential oil that you're very much enjoying, that may be the only one that you ever need. Like I said, I, on the other hand, have a huge collection of them. I use several of them daily. A little history is that as far back as 3500 BC, we have seen oils being used by Egyptians for health, cosmetic, and religious purposes, whether they were distilled into oils or broken down just in the plant extracts. I mean, they didn't come in the fancy little bottles they come in today. In 460 BC, Hippocrates, who is the father of modern medicine, used plants with his patients. In 0 BC, frankincense and myrrh were brought to the Christ child. That story I grew up hearing never made that much sense to me until I started using the essential oils. And my first really powerful experience with essential oils was with frankincense. I had fallen after the first snow of the season and cut my hands really badly. And they were really stinging, and they would wake me up at night, and I just couldn't find any relief. I was putting all kinds of, Neosporin and other things on them, and they still hurt. And after about 2 days, I remembered that I had just gotten some frankincense, and I tried it on my hands. They tingled for a few minutes and then stopped hurting. And after that, I really saw the skin growing back onto my hands and was amazed. It made me realize why frankincense had been given to the Christ child along with gold, because it's that powerful, it's that valuable. In 1943, Jean Valnet was using oils on soldiers to help them heal and to help support their bodies from the injuries that they were receiving. So why do you use essential oils? Essential oils are all natural. They are supercharged, potent, and effective. 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea, so it also makes them extremely affordable. 1 drop of peppermint used to promote digestive health, energize, or overcome head tension is 8 cents for that 1 drop. So they are very, very affordable. They are effective because they can actually pass into the cell through the cell membrane. Some are even able to cross the blood-brain barrier, which is pretty powerful in our bodies. Powerful antivirus, antibacterial, and they can help support our bodies in the same way they support the plant for wound care and being able to ward off toxins. Plants are exposed to the same toxins from the air, water, and soil that we are, so they have built up a resistance to those toxins. They can also help us find the root cause of what's going on, not just treat our symptoms. So if we go to the doctor, they will usually give us something for our symptoms, but they won't necessarily delve deeper to find out what is causing those symptoms. The oils can help to show you what the root cause is. So my favorite example of that is that my friend's mom was having a really hard time staying asleep. She was going to bed, and she was up at 3 a.m. every morning. And she used all of the oils that are recommended for sleeping. She went through a whole list of them, and she could easily have said, oh, the oils just don't work for me, I'm giving up. But she was really committed to finding what the root cause of her sleep issue was, because who wants to be up at 3 a.m. if we don't have to? So she kept really delving into it, and she found that it was her hormones that were waking her up at 3 a.m. She started taking a hormone blend under her tongue every night before she went to bed, and she's able to sleep until 6 or 7 every morning now. So the oils can really help to pinpoint what is actually going on in our bodies and to help our body support and heal itself. They are also able to work with the body to address issues on a cellular level, because they can pass through the cell membrane into the cell. Any synthetic medication that we're taking is able to go into the bloodstream, but not necessarily into the cells. So an example of that is if you go to the doctor for a virus, there's not much that they can give you. They just tell you get a lot of sleep, drink lots of water. Your body will fight it off eventually. With the oils, you have something that you can apply to your skin, or you can take internally, or you can even just diffuse it and have the oil go into your bloodstream through your nose. That will help to support your body to fight off that virus much quicker. And the best part about it is there's no side effects with the oils, because they're not full of synthetics. They're not full of something toxic that our bodies then has to figure out how to metabolize. They work with our bodies to support our systems on a cellular level with no weird, crazy, dangerous side effects. So how do you use essential oils? You can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. Traditionally, essential oil application methods have been preferred. These are the ones that are preferred or used exclusively. So as the research continues to develop, a greater understanding of application methods is now understood. So there are some warnings on the internet that they should not be used internally. And this is based on an old paradigm. So just know that as you're looking at that is based on really old research from about 20 years ago, using oils that were not necessarily tested to be pure of pesticides, other contaminants, etc. So a lot of the results that they were getting from oils being used internally are not necessarily up to date on those warnings. There has been newer research that shows that taking the oils internally can be a really effective method of using them. And I will get into that a little bit more in just a minute. The first way to use them is aromatically. The sense of smell is a tool that can elicit powerful physiological, mental, and emotional responses. The essential oils are quickly absorbed by the smell receptors. They have a direct link to the limbic system by way of our olfactory nerve. The limbic system is the part of the brain that supports a variety of functions, including smell, emotions, behavior, and memory. So it's actually, our sense of smell is our direct link to our emotions. No other sense gives us that direct link into our emotions the way that smell does. You probably have experienced this if you've smelled something and all of a sudden it pulls you back to a childhood memory. Some essential oils induce uplifting or invigorating effects, while others are more calming. Diffusion is one of the simplest methods for using essential oils. Diffusers that use cold air or water are ideal because heat has an effect on the oils and makes them less effective. Using essential oils aromatically does not require a diffuser necessarily. You can achieve the same health benefits by simply placing a few drops on your palm of your hand, rubbing your hands together, cupping it around the nose as you breathe deeply. You can also apply the oil to a cotton ball and place in the ear vents of your vehicle, making your own vehicle diffusion. You can mix oils in a spray bottle with water and mist over furniture, carpet, or linens. The oils will be diffused that way. You can add oil to a batch of laundry or to your dryer sheets. You can use in the household as surface cleaners. You can also just put a drop on a scarf or on your collar, and as you wear that piece of clothing, the oils will be diffusing for you all day. Topical application is a very effective method for applying essential oils. They have a low molecular weight and they're lipid soluble. That means they can easily penetrate the skin. Lipids are just fats, remember, and our bodies are made up of fats. They're made up of lipids. Our cells are made of lipids. Once absorbed, they stay in the applied area for a localized benefit. They also are diffused into the bloodstream really quickly. So if you put one on your pulse point, you can quickly see the oil travel over to the other side of your body. In about 20 minutes, the oils will have absorbed completely into your entire bloodstream. They are readily absorbed, but there are other ways to increase absorption. A light massage will increase the blood flow to the area of application, which will improve distribution through the body. I just said 20 minutes to get into your entire bloodstream. It's more like 2 minutes, maybe even less than that. There's a blend that I put on my wrist that helps to improve the circulation of your body. I've watched my veins get more vascular on one side of my body as the oil touches it, and in less than 60 seconds, the veins on the other side on my other arm have also increased in vascularity. So it's very, very quickly that they're distributed through the body. The use of a carrier oil, which is something like fractionated coconut oil, regular coconut oil, almond oil, olive oil, etc. They can also increase absorption, especially in skin that is dry or flaky, because it helps to moisturize their skin and to slow the evaporation of the oil. To decrease the likelihood of developing a skin sensitivity, especially on young or sensitive skin, you are advised to use a carrier oil to dilute more potent oils, and if you're trying an oil for the first time. Oils do not dilute in water. Oil and water don't mix. So you cannot dilute an oil by putting it into water. Only by putting it into another oil will you be able to dilute it. And what I mean is a carrier oil, that's just a form of fat. So if you have nothing else around, you can use butter, you could use whole fat milk. Anything that has some sort of fat in it will help to diffuse an oil. So say you put something on topically and it stings or it burns a little too much, just grab a carrier oil, rub it on top of that, and that will help to dilute it. It's always advisable to use several small doses throughout the day rather than a single large dose when you're using them topically. Start with the lowest possible dose, which is 1 to 2 drops. Maybe a topical dose can be repeated every 4 to 6 hours as needed. Because every individual is unique, the dose will vary for each individual based on size, age, and overall health status. There are several places where you can apply essential oils: your neck, your forehead and temples, chest and abdomen, arm, legs, and the bottom of your feet. Before I go much further talking about topically, there are a few that should always be diluted: oregano, cinnamon, lemongrass, cassia. These are very, very spicy, hot oils. Basil can be a little hot sometimes too, cilantro. If it's spicy to your tongue, it's going to be spicy to your skin as well. So these are a few that if you're going to use them topically, always, always, always use a carrier oil to dilute them so that they're not as hot, so that they won't burn your skin. You can add a few drops of oil to a warm bath. I usually add mine to Epsom salts because that way they don't float up on the surface. The salt helps to diffuse the oil more evenly through the water. If you just add them to your bath at the very end, especially my husband likes to use peppermint to soothe muscles. He's gotten in and had some tingling effects in certain parts of his body. So if you want to avoid that tingling effect, add them to an Epsom salt and then put them in. That'll help to dissolve them better into the water. You can make a hot or cold compress by soaking a towel or cloth in water, add your essential oils, and then apply to the desired area. My son's favorite way to use the oils is to put a drop of the oil on and then use a wet washcloth on top of that. If it's a warm washcloth, it'll help to drive it a little bit deeper into the skin because it'll help to open the pores a little bit more. Even a wet washcloth, again, we talked about oil and water don't mix. So if you do put water onto the oils, it will help them to be absorbed more deeply into your skin. So I like to use that method with him too. The cooling water helps to cool whatever he's working on, and then the oils are able to dissolve or are able to absorb more deeply into his skin. You can add the oils to a lotion or a moisturizer and apply them to the skin. Areas to be avoided are try to avoid using the oils on the skin around your eyes. You should never use them inside your eyes or in your inner ears. And be very careful about using them on broken, damaged, or otherwise injured skin. There are a few of the oils that are very helpful to broken and damaged skin, but then some to be avoided. So just use caution on those and really know which oils you're using and why. Certain essential oils have a rich culinary history and can be used as dietary supplements. So many of the oils are made out of foods, things that we associate with foods: cinnamon, peppermint, basil, cilantro, oregano, lemon, grapefruit. All of these are foods, which contribute many health benefits as well as flavoring and aroma properties to food. When in their concentrated form, essential oils can be used as dietary supplements for more targeted and potent health benefits. Internal use is a very safe and effective method of application because of the sophisticated physiological processes of our bodies. When ingested, essential oils directly enter the bloodstream via the gastrointestinal tract, where they are transported throughout the rest of the body. Essential oils are lipid soluble, so they are readily transported to all organs of the body, including the brain. Then, like all things we consume, essential oils are metabolized by the liver and other organs and are then excreted. The composition of essential oils is highly complex. Each constituent possesses a unique set of biochemical properties that react with cells and organs in different ways. The body is equipped to handle appropriate doses of essential oils. So, as I'm saying that they are safe to be taken internally, this is in very small doses. And again, if your liver or internal organs are somewhat compromised and you are not able to metabolize them as quickly or as effectively, you may find that they're harder for you to take internally. Some people never take them internally, and that's fine. You can still get plenty of benefits from taking them aromatically and topically. Other people have taken them internally and have had huge improvements in their health. It is one of the slowest ways to get the oils into your body. Aromatically is very quick. Topically is very quick. Internally, they have to pass through your stomach, through your intestines before they go into your bloodstream. But for something that is a systemic issue, having them be able to go through your bloodstream can be very, very powerful. In effective methods of internal application, you can use the oils in recipes for cooking or baking to replace fresh or dried herbs and spices. My favorite is to use lime essential oil in guacamole. I love to make a wild orange vinaigrette for a salad dressing. I also really love, I make homemade donuts for my kids and I put in a lemon glaze on top of them. I have made a lavender frosting for cupcakes before. I have, I use wild orange to make caramelized Brussels sprouts. There's so many things that you can do. Oh, my favorite right now is the ginger. I use it in anything that calls for fresh ginger, and the ginger oil is incredible. For more potent oils, it's best to administer them by toothpicks. You dip the end of a clean toothpick into the oil and then add to the food rather than a whole drop. The lavender cupcakes I was talking about, I used a little too much lavender. I would definitely next time just use a toothpick dipped in because they are very, very strong. You can add your essential oils to water, smoothies, milk, tea, or other drinks. Again, if you're adding them to water, just be careful to really shake it up. They won't sink down into the water. They will separate and be on the top of your water, but I will sometimes fill my glass halfway full, add the oil, and then add some more water so that it is a little more diffused in my water. You can also drink it with a straw so that you don't get the oil on your lips. You can take essential oils internally in a veggie capsule or add it to a small amount of applesauce or yogurt. Again, if you're adding to yogurt or milk, it does have that fat, so it will be a little more diluted. So if you are worried about taking it internally and you want that dilution, try to add it to something that has a little fat. When do you use essential oils? As often as needed. We use them for seasonal support. I use them as often as every 20 minutes topically. I'll rub some up and down the spine. I'll rub some on the bottom of our feet, against the back of our neck, sometimes against my throat. It just depends on if the symptoms are subsiding. If they're not, then I will use it a little more frequently. If it does help to relieve whatever issues I have going on, then I use it only when those issues come back. So what do you look for when you're looking for essential oils to make sure that you're getting the highest quality oils that you can, because you're using them for a therapeutic way? You want to look for oils that are indigenously sourced. The quality of the oils will change depending on where the plants are grown. So I live in Pueblo, Colorado. It's like almost 5,000 feet high here. It's not really very tropical. You could probably grow a lemon here, but it would not have the same qualities at all as a lemon that is grown in Italy or Florida. The chemical makeup will be different if a plant is forced to grow somewhere it is not naturally found. You want to find oils that are organic or beyond organic. And organic is definitely a standard that we have in the United States, but is not necessarily available around the world. Many of these essential oils, especially the ones that I use, are grown in countries that don't have organic standards. But the company that I work with has such high standards for the oils that they will use that they are beyond organic. They are made sure that there are no weeds, no pesticides, nothing adulterated or added or synthetic in any of their oils. You want to make sure as you're looking for your oils that you are finding organic or beyond organic quality. You want to make sure that there are no synthetics or adulterating the oils. So it's best to find a company that works directly with the farms where they're receiving the oils from and doesn't go through a third-party purchaser. The easiest way, if you're looking at your health food store or you're looking at Whole Foods or something, if you find something that says 100% pure essential oil, but there's a label that says it's not for topical or internal use, it's probably because there's something in there that is not okay to be used on your skin and not okay to be used internally. Frankincense smells very similar to turpentine, so there are some companies that will try to make their frankincense go further by adding turpentine to it, and they will definitely be labeling it that you should not be using it topically or for internal use. And honestly, I wouldn't use those oils for aromatic use either, because I don't want turpentine in my system. So the reason it says 100% pure essential oil is that the standards for labeling are very, you can start with a very small percentage of pure essential oil and still label it 100% pure essential oil. It just becomes really dangerous because, you know, I've just told you that you can use them internally. If you use something that has been adulterated or has some synthetics, it will not be safe for internal use. So, you want to make sure that as you're looking for your oils that you're finding something that you are absolutely 100% sure that there's been no synthetics or adulteration added to them. You also want to make sure that you're working with a company that has proper extraction and distillation of the oils. To protect the integrity of essential oils' chemical profile, all distillation methods require careful attention to time, temperature, and pressure. So you can't have just one way of distilling the oil. Each of the aromatic compounds that makes up an essential oil has a different sensitivity to heat. Some molecules will remain completely unaffected by high temperatures, while others are very delicate and can be destroyed if the temperature gets too high. Meticulous control of the distillation conditions is vital to successful essential oil production. So there are several distillation methods that are used to extract oils: cold pressing, steam distillation, CO2 processing, solvent extraction. Enfleurage is another way, but it is not to be used for therapeutic grade oils. If it is distilled this way, if there's some way you can find out that they distill by enfleurage, it's not a high quality oil and definitely shouldn't be used in any of the ways that we've been discussing. It will smell okay, maybe. You want to also be able to verify the potency and ensure purity. So the best way to do this is to have high quality testing. There are several different tests that the oils can be put through: gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, infrared spectroscopy, heavy metal testing, organoleptic testing, microbial testing. They can provide a canon of quality testing procedures that allow for the most thorough analysis possible. So some of the oils that I've looked up, some of the companies, they say that they do gas chromatography, so their oils are definitely fine. I've also seen, so if you're at a store and you're looking for essential oils, a good way that you can test them quickly is to get a piece of paper and put the drop on the paper. If it dissolves completely, there's nothing left on that paper, it's a really high quality oil. If you have a mark of some kind left on the paper from the oil, then it's not. So this can be a quick test that you use, but if possible, you can research and see what kind of testing your company is using. You also, if you can, find a company that uses a third-party tester to test the oils, which will act as a quality control. So a company can tell you, oh yeah, we tested it, we ran it through this many tests, it came out totally fine, but how are you going to really know that unless they're working with a third-party tester? If there is a third-party tester, that it's much less likely to occur that the oils have been contaminated somehow. You can also just smell them. If you would like a sample of a high quality oil to compare it with, I can send you a sample. I, again, really trust the company that I work with. It fits into all of these different categories that I've talked about. I'm happy to send you a sample. A lower quality oil will often smell less potent, or it'll smell like chemicals. If you are new to essential oils, you may not pick up on it right away. But I have a severe reaction to lower quality oils. It's what kept me away from essential oils for a really long time. I would immediately get a headache or my skin would start to prickle. Sometimes I felt like my eyes were burning. It's probably a lower grade oil if that's happening. Also, do your research. Find out where they come from and find out if they are ethically harvested. So metaphysically speaking, anytime a plant is harvested and the oil is extracted, it is a bit of an act of violence. I work with a company that respects highly the plants and the people who harvest them. They treat the plants with respect. They're not just being mowed down and torn apart and taken in. They are picked very carefully. They are often carried miles by people who are working very hard. The people who harvest them are paid a fair wage, and the communities that my company works with provide they provide so much for the communities, and they are very ethically harvested. If this is important to you, again, I feel like it really goes into the vibration of the oils. The oils do work on a type of vibration, and so the higher the vibration, the more therapeutic they'll be for you. So when you do find your essential oils, here's how you store them. You want to store them at room temperature conditions. Avoid exposure to extreme temperatures. Avoid leaving the oils in the car during the summer, on windowsills, etc. If you leave them in the car, for a day, they're still probably okay, but it's not ideal. You want to avoid exposing the oils to direct sunlight or other sources of UV rays. Again, this is another good way to find a high quality. Most essential oils will be stored in darker glass bottles. You can prevent prolonged exposure to oxygen, which can cause oxidation of the oil over time. So if you leave the cap unscrewed, you're going to lose the efficiency, the potency of the oil. So you want to tightly secure the caps after each use, which prevents the oil from evaporating and decreases exposure to oxygen. So that is just sort of a quick overview of essential oils, what they are. There are so many different uses for them, and each essential oil has a myriad of uses. Peppermint can help support your tummy. It can help to support head tension by opening the capillaries in your body. It can also help to just give you a quick jolt of energy. It's a very energizing oil. It can help to cool your body, so you can put a little bit on the back of your shoulders or on your neck. I actually really like to, we've been having 90 to 100 degree weather here, so I like to make a little spray, and with just a few drops of peppermint oil and some water, and then I just spray it all over my body. It cools my body temperature so that I can be out in the sun and out in the heat for longer. Wild orange is really good for balancing your mood. So whether you're feeling really tired and sluggish, it can really energize you. If you're feeling too hyper or too agitated, it can really help to just even out and calm your system down. Lemon can be used for a myriad of cleaning. It's also really good for breaking down fat in our bodies. So you can take a drop of lemon to help your body deal with fat in your body. Grapefruit is really good for helping your metabolism and for helping to regulate your blood sugar. Frankincense is a really calming oil. See, I could go on and on. Every oil has at least 4 or 5 uses. Systemically speaking, but also there's then a myriad of uses for emotional components. Every oil has something that it will help you with emotionally. And there are many people who use them just for the emotional benefits of them. So I would love to talk to you more about it. So for more information and to receive a free wellness consult or to get some free samples from me, please give me a call at 719-565-8834. You can send me an email at mindfulessential@gmail.com. You can look me up. You can find my website at mydoterra.com/mindfulessentials, or you can find me on Facebook at Mindful Essentials, where I offer mindfulness tips, and my Mindful Essentials private group on Facebook. Just ask to be part of that one, and I give a lot more tips on how to use the oils, as well as mindful exercises that you can do. And then I give information on what the company I work with is doing. So the company I work with is doTERRA. You can look them up and do any research you'd like on those. But again, please, if you need any more information, if you're ready to start your essential oils journey, or you have any questions, please give me a call. I'm going to go back and stop the screen sharing so that I can say goodbye to everyone. I so appreciate you coming and joining me this afternoon. So there I am. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me, and hopefully this gives you some ideas of how to incorporate some essential oils into your life. They've been life-changing for us, for me and my family. So thank you so much. Namaste.